Are you thinking of retiring or relocating to Europe? Or perhaps all you desire is an affordable vacation home on the old continent? See, here's a list of the most affordable nations in Europe to purchase real estate, along with each location's benefits and drawbacks. Many people have the goal of living abroad and owning a home. What if I told you that you could purchase a home in some of Europe's most picturesque areas for a fraction of what a comparable home would cost in the US or the UK? Exactly that is what we will cover in this video. We'll highlight the most affordable locations in Europe to buy a home, along with why certain locations are affordable, and when you should seriously think about doing so. We will also provide a list of pricing per square meter in other continent-wide nations. In today's video, we will talk about the 8 cheapest places to buy a house in Europe. So, make sure to watch the video till the end. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so you won't miss any future videos we upload. Number 8. Turkey. A nation that nearly didn't make the cut is Turkey, primarily due to the fact that just a small portion of its land is really located on the European continent. However, there are obvious facts that make Turkey a fantastic choice if you want to purchase a home overseas at absurdly low prices. First of all, compared to most European countries, Turkey has far lower purchase power and a lower cost of living. Second, over the past few years, the value of the Turkish lira, the nation's currency, has steadily declined in comparison to both the dollar and the euro. In Turkey, both the European and Asian halves of the country provide a variety of intriguing sites to explore. You have the option of choosing from its stunning landscapes, mountainous areas, Black Sea coast or Mediterranean shore. Prices are very astounding in the city of Edirne, which is located in Turkey's European region, close to the borders with Greece and Bulgaria. In fairly central regions, houses can be found for between $600 and $700 USD per square meter. Prices are much lower at Tekirdağ, a beach city located on Turkey's European side. For as little as $350 USD per square meter, you can locate a nice apartment with a view of the water. What can you get in the $350 for 10 square feet? The cost and complexity of obtaining a resident permit to live in your property in Turkey are both quite low. Turkey is one of the nations with the greatest number of visa-free travel opportunities. Therefore, visiting as a visitor and staying on your property for a few months each year shouldn't be an issue regardless of your citizenship. Additionally, if Turkey is of interest to you, you should definitely look at Northern Cyprus. The Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus and the traditional Cyprus, the EU member we are used to hearing about, are currently at odds over half of Cyprus. The independent EU member half of Cyprus is far more expensive than the Turkish side. Number 7. Portugal. Over the past few decades, Portugal has become extremely popular with expatriates and retirees. Most of its real estate market prices have skyrocketed as a result of this. But then, why is Portugal on this list? One would wonder. The truth is that while real estate costs in Portugal have increased dramatically over the past few decades, most of these price changes have only affected a small portion of the nation. Portugal still has some excellent deals, despite the fact that Lisbon, Porto, and the Algarve are currently extremely expensive. The majority of Portugal's deals are found in the countryside, where you may purchase a house or even a small farm for a reasonable price. You can locate properties for less than $500 per square meter of developed space in various neighborhoods like Bragança or Castelo Branco along the border with Spain, frequently with a wonderful garden. However, most of these homes are located in small towns or in rural areas. Furthermore, even if you don't wish to work there, and even if you are not an EU citizen, moving to Portugal is still rather simple. But to cut to the chase, Portugal does grant a retirement visa, and for the nations that do, the income requirements are the lowest in Western Europe. Number 6. Serbia. I frequently discuss Serbia because it has so many benefits for anyone thinking about relocating overseas. A low cost of living, beautiful weather, and a simple process for obtaining a residency visa should be mentioned as some of the main benefits. Apart from that, Serbia entered the list because real estate is reasonably priced in practically all of its regions. Similar trends in real estate prices may be seen in nations like Ukraine, Romania, and Albania. Prices in the nation's capital, Belgrade, have been thought to be higher than elsewhere. However, even if you travel a short distance outside of Belgrade, you will notice a very noticeable decline in real estate values. You may get a fantastic selection of flats in locations like Novi Sad, which has a wonderful location and decent infrastructure, for between $1,000 and $1,500 per square meter. Prices for houses in Serbia's rural areas are reasonable, especially close to major cities. Houses in good condition can be found for as little as $500 per square meter. Number 5. Albania. Albania is another underappreciated nation in Europe. It is far smaller in both terms of territory and population. However, there is one area where Albania and Ukraine are quite similar: housing pricing. Despite its natural blessings, Albania has a troubled past. This translates into some of the most affordable homes on the continent, with some of the nicest views. The country's capital, Tirana, is by far the priciest area, with typical property values in the $1,000 to $2,000 per square meter range. The best affordable homes and flats in Europe may be found along Albania's shoreline. For instance, apartments with a view of the sea may sometimes be found in Sarand for less than $1,000 per square meter. It's simple to obtain a resident permit in Albania. Americans are permitted a 1-year visa-free stay in Albania. Albania could therefore be the ideal location for, say, a summer home. Number 4. Estonia. The e-residency program in Estonia brings a lot of money into the nation, making it a desirable choice for anyone wishing to relocate to Eastern Europe. Tallinn offers all the conveniences of big cities, and then some, without the exorbitant expense of living. With a mix of Scandinavian, German, and Russian influences, in addition to their strong national identity, Estonia has a distinctive culture. Estonia is one of the least populated countries in Europe, making it the ideal option for people who value privacy and require space to expand. The beach, skiing, and a wealth of medieval history may all be found here. The nation has frequently been compared as a real-life fairy tale. You'll enjoy Estonia if you yearn for chilly weather, ancient architecture, and a historically rich culture. The excellent Wi-Fi in Tallinn makes it the ideal destination for digital nomads. For $68,000, you may own a charming 3-story condo in the city. You can purchase a plot of land to construct your own home starting at about $8,000. Number 3. Romania. Because of its delectable cuisine, charming provincial towns in Transylvania, and generally low cost of living, Romania is one of my favorite nations in Europe. Additionally, Romania has some of the most affordable real estate in the continent. Bucharest, the capital of Romania, is a sizable metropolis that attracts domestic migration from other regions of the country, making it relatively expensive for Eastern European standards. The genuine diamonds in terms of cost-benefit analysis can be found farther afield from the capital in smaller cities and villages. You can locate a variety of apartments in towns like Iasi or Timisoara that cost between $1,000 and $1,500 per square meter. In the country, you may find nice homes for as little as $500 per square meter built, with additional land included in the cost. Romania's lack of residence permits for inactive inhabitants is a drawback. If you are an EU citizen, there are no limits on your ability to move to Romania. People from outside the EU would have to find another justification, like starting a business, in order to be able to obtain a residence permit. If you like Romania and want to hunt for even better deals, you might want to think about Moldova. Romania's neighbor to the east, Moldova, shares a lot of cultural traits with Romania, notably the language. Despite the fact that Moldova is significantly smaller than Romania, real estate there is frequently less expensive than in that country. Number 2. Latvia. Since most of the nations on this list are in southern Europe, Latvia is your best bet if you want to purchase an inexpensive home and reside in northern Europe. This Baltic state is a full member of the European Union. Additionally, it utilizes the euro as its official currency and is a part of the Schengen region. Despite being in northern Europe, Latvia has some of the most affordable homes and flats in the continent. Surprisingly, this also applies to Riga, the city's capital. In fact, along with Sofia, Bulgaria, Riga is one of the least expensive capitals in the European Union to purchase real estate. Just outside the city centre, houses in Riga can be found for as little as $1,500 per square metre. It is not unusual to see some bids for properties that are under-renovated at $1,000 per square metre or even less. Even lower pricing can be found outside of Riga. There isn't really a bottom line to this. For instance, it is rather typical to locate apartments with a price per square metre as low as $300 in the city of Daugavpils in eastern Latvia. One of the only complete EU states that participates in Schengen is Latvia, which grants residency permits to real estate investors. If you are not an EU citizen, you should think about this choice. You must invest at least €250,000 in local real estate in order to be eligible for this kind of residence visa. One or more properties may be involved. For instance, you might live in one while renting out the others. Number 1. Bulgaria. Bulgaria has the lowest income in the EU and is one of the most affordable nations in the region. This is reflected in lower-than-average living expenses by European standards, as well as reasonably priced real estate, whether it be apartments or homes. All around the nation, including in the countryside, near the sea, and even if you wish to reside in the capital Sofia, real estate costs in Bulgaria are quite affordable. Sofia is really among the least expensive capitals in Europe, with prices per square metre ranging from $1,000 to $2,000 in Sofia. Properties under $1,000 per square metre are not unusual to locate a little further from the centre. Prices are even lower if you travel inside the nation. You may purchase an apartment in Veliko Tarnovo for as little as $500 per square metre. Even cheaper homes can be found in smaller cities. Bulgaria does grant a visa for retirees if you plan to stay there for more than 3 months every 6 months and you are not an EU citizen. Bulgaria is also a fantastic location for business. Additionally, obtaining a residency permit for that reason is an option. It has some of the lowest income tax rates in the European Union. Let's examine some of the key factors you should think about before you actually wish to buy a house in Europe, now that we've analysed some of the best and most affordable countries in which to do so. The documentation should be one of your initial priorities. Along with the actual property documentation, this also refers to the country's existing real estate ownership laws. For your property buy to be successful, it is crucial to examine the property papers and comprehend the local laws. Property registers could be perplexing in many nations, particularly those that split up after the fall of communism. Ensure that the home you wish to buy has only one owner who is legally recognized and in compliance with all applicable laws. The proper documentation may not be present in some homes. They may have descendants who left the country in question in the past, but still have legitimate claims to the property. Finally, confirm that you can own that kind of property on an individual basis in that nation. Foreigners may not be able to purchase certain types of property in various nations. For example, this is very typical for rural homes in many nations. The nation's current regulations regarding visas and residence permits are another issue you should take into account. Do you have permission to enter the country without a visa? Is it possible for you to easily obtain a residence permit in the nation? This could be quite important for your choice, especially if you are still debating between various nations. Choose the option that will have the least amount of red tape so that you can enjoy your property for as long as you like. The continuous expenses of home ownership are the final aspect I will discuss in this video. Depending on the kind of property and where it is located, this can vary substantially. However, we can specifically name utilities, taxes, maintenance, and security. This brings us to the end of this video. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing, so we can keep bringing more content like this. Also, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.